Every once in a while, WWE produces a moment so electric that it shakes the entire foundation of the company. And on this week's SmackDown, fans were treated to one of those unforgettable shocks. From the second the cameras rolled, the energy in the arena felt different. Restless, unsettled, like the eerie stillness before a thunderstorm. That storm came in the form of Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, making his return in a way that was not just surprising, but completely game-changing. This wasn't a simple comeback. This was a message to Seth Rollins, to his highly hyped protege known as The Vision, and to every fan and competitor who thought the future of WWE had been secured without Lesnar's presence. Seth Rollins and his vision of the future. For weeks, Seth Rollins had been strutting across WWE television with his trademark arrogance, telling anyone who would listen that he wasn't just building a legacy, he was shaping the future. His chosen project, The Vision, was introduced as a generational talent molded under Seth's guidance, a supposed torchbearer for the next era of WWE. Rollins hyped him as the man who would lead the company after him, portraying himself as both mentor and architect of the next big thing. Fans were divided. Some bought into the hype. Others saw it as another case of Rollins manipulating the spotlight to feed his ego. Either way, The Vision's introduction was one of the most talked-about developments on SmackDown, until Brock Lesnar decided to reinsert himself into the story. The Beast returns. When Lesnar's music hit, the arena didn't just erupt, it exploded. Grown men shouted in disbelief, kids screamed, and the sound of 15,000 voices shook the building. This was not nostalgia. It was primal recognition that the most dangerous man in WWE history was back. Lesnar didn't come out laughing or pandering. His smirk and his body language told the story. He was here to hunt. And what made this return even more chilling was that Lesnar didn't immediately look at Rollins. He pointed at the Vision, shifting the target from the mentor to the protege in one simple gesture. In that instant, the entire storyline flipped on its head. The words that stung Brock Lesnar is not known for long speeches, which is why when he grabbed a microphone, everyone listened closely. His words were low, steady, and dangerous. "Seth, I don't like people who think they've got visions. I don't like people who think they see the future, because I am the present. And the present doesn't ask. It takes." The crowd erupted. Rollins laughed to cover his nerves, and the Vision tried to stand tall. But the reality was clear. The Beast wasn't just calling out arrogance. He was announcing that he alone defines the present of WWE. Rollins responded with trademark mockery, calling Lesnar a desperate part-timer and dismissing him as yesterday's news. But bravado only works until action begins, and Lesnar was done talking. The first strike. In a moment that will be replayed for years, Lesnar dropped the mic and lunged. One thunderous clothesline flattened the Vision instantly, sending shockwaves through the ring. Rollins bailed to the outside, shouting insults, but carefully avoiding direct conflict. Lesnar didn't chase him. Instead, he focused on the protege Seth had spent weeks parading as untouchable. With frightening ease, Lesnar scooped the Vision into his arms and delivered an F5 that rattled the canvas. Fans erupted in disbelief. Rollins screamed from ringside, but refused to re-enter the ring. Lesnar pointed at him and declared, "This is your future, and your future is finished." In that one statement, the rivalry was no longer about hype or illusions. It was about survival. Rollins's manipulation. The more Rollins spoke, the more obvious his intentions became. On WWE's digital exclusive, he cut a fiery promo where he claimed Brock hadn't finished the job and that the Vision would rise stronger next week to break the Beast. To some, it sounded like defiance. To others, it looked like manipulation at its most toxic. Instead of shielding his protégé from certain danger, Rollins doubled down, using the Vision as a pawn in his larger battle with Lesnar. The arrogance was staggering, and the WWE Universe immediately recognized it. Rollins wasn't protecting anyone but himself. The Beast responds. While Rollins ranted, Brock Lesnar delivered his response in a short, chilling clip posted online. Sitting in a darkened backstage corner, sweat dripping, Lesnar leaned into the camera and calmly declared, "Seth Rollins, I told you, the present doesn't ask. The present takes. Next week, I'm taking what's left of your vision, and after that, I'm coming for you." It was only 45 seconds long, but the raw menace in his tone sent shivers through fans worldwide. No theatrics, no exaggeration, just pure, cold intent. Fans react around the world. As always, WWE's online community exploded with opinions. Some praised Lesnar for humbling Rollins and exposing the fragility of his so-called vision. Others criticized WWE for feeding a young talent to the Beast so quickly. The hashtags BeastV's Vision and Rollins Reckoning trended globally, with fans debating whether this was the start of a star-making feud or the premature end of the Vision's momentum. Whatever side people were on, the engagement proved the angle had struck a nerve. When fans are this divided, it usually means WWE has tapped into something powerful. What's at stake? This rivalry isn't just about one match or one confrontation. It's about eras colliding. Seth Rollins is determined to prove that his vision of the future can survive against the most dangerous force of the present. Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, is determined to prove that no future exists without him at the center. The Vision is caught in the middle, representing not just Rollins' ego, but the entire question of whether WWE's next generation can stand against the legends who refuse to step aside. Rollins' fear exposed. Perhaps the most telling part of the night wasn't what Rollins said, but what his body language revealed. From the moment Lesnar entered, his confidence wavered. From the outside of the ring, his taunts carried volume, but not conviction. And backstage, his fury masked something far deeper. Fear. Rollins is a master manipulator, but he knows that when the Beast sets his sights on you, running and hiding are the only options. His bravado may buy him time, but sooner or later, the Beast always collects. WWE's silence. Another intriguing piece of the puzzle is WWE management's response, or lack thereof. No fines, no suspensions, no punishments were announced for Lesnar's actions. Officials like Adam Pearce were conspicuously absent, leaving fans to conclude what many have long suspected. When Brock Lesnar is around, the rules bend. WWE knows the Beast brings ratings, and when he's hungry, they let him eat. That double standard adds even more tension to this feud, as Rollins realizes he cannot rely on authority figures to rein Lesnar in. The road ahead. All eyes now turn to next week, when the Vision is scheduled to step into the ring with Lesnar. Fans are already bracing for what feels like an inevitable demolition, but the intrigue lies in how Rollins reacts. If the Vision falls again, Seth will be left exposed, forced to finally confront the Beast himself. And when that happens, the echoes of their history will come crashing back, setting the stage for a war that could headline any event on the WWE calendar. Conclusion: the Beast owns the present. Brock Lesnar's return to SmackDown wasn't just a surprise, it was a seismic shift that redefined the landscape. He didn't just target Seth Rollins, he dismantled the illusion Rollins had been selling. He didn't just beat down a protégé, he reminded the world that he is still the most dangerous presence in WWE. This isn't Rollins' vision. This isn't some distant future. This is Brock's present, and until someone proves otherwise, the Beast incarnate reigns supreme. The only question left is how long Seth Rollins can run before his past and Brock Lesnar catches up to him.